if it is, you'll hurt my feelings. All the time. I am sad and I'm alone. In this house of cardboard boxes. You can hear the tape literally through the mic. What is that little picture? It had the auction picture on there. I don't know if people can see that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We are getting things up, and Piper is posting things on the wall. We're going to get started here shortly as we get people funneling in. How do we monitor chat? Stream a chat. The audio sounds incredible. You know your boy is an audio nerd. Please disregard the sound of tape in the background. Lucky Charms, glow in the dark, the pop that I wish I had.
I told you I'll trade you for the gumball.
Gumball chomp. You moved your mic. Now it went out.
Did it?
Yeah.
Why?
Go close again. Hello.
Hello.
I think it's at its normal level.
Hello. No, it's fine.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Pop Collectors Alliance podcast. This is episode 85. Designer toys. Do I need to do the quote marks?
Yeah.
Designer toys are cool. You guys follow anything in the BIM toy group or anything along that, you'll know kind of the reference for this episode. And we're going to talk a little bit about New York Comic Con, some of the recent reveals, revelations, and all of the goodness that BIM Toy has to offer this week, as well as some announcements from Abominable Toys and others. I can't see the chat right now. We're getting it up. Just one moment. Hooray! I was going to say Facebook is disabled. We can't see. You can't see anything on Facebook.
Facebook's not important.
Facebook is where we live. Smiles to all the children. Oh, somebody say something. Or is you signed in right now?
Me?
Yeah, well, if somebody says something, will it come up? Yeah. Hey, the chat is ready to display messages. How about you message? If you've already said hello, I haven't seen it. Things you can always count on Keith to pull through in the clutch, my friend. Oh, my friend, we gonna get started. Tina, we're streaming in HD tonight. Did you just put? Oh, that's Teresa. Abominable Toys better than BIM Toy. Yeah, it works. Oh my gosh. Talk about tiny. We'll get this eventually. Yeah, one day. Facebook user, howdy. Huh? What's not fixed? Yeah. Our number one fan Facebook user says howdy. Yay. Hooray.
Welcome to the party, Facebook user. Look, I moved my mic and it didn't break.
Yeah, but it's coming through. You got to talk directly into the tip.
Just into the tip. I have to see the screen, and it's not. It's like too far. It's in my direct line of sight with this freaking mount.
Yay. All right, guys, we're going to get started here in a couple moments. We're going to do this episode again. We did 2 episodes last week. You can open it. Open it now, opposed to later during the episode. Ah, that sweet 5% alcohol going down the back of my throat. Oh, yeah.
Since we're on Twitch, I'm not supposed to show it.
You're not supposed to show it at all.
Yeah, it's just, well, I mean, like a cup.
Oh, that sweet grapefruit or mango juice. Oh.
Keith says, "What's the paper behind Ricky?"
That is a Lucky Charms.
It's a printout.
Glow in the dark. My favorite pop. White Claw. That's Prado. That's gotta be Prado.
There ain't no laws when you're drinking the White Claws.
Oh,
I think that's what the rule is.
That's what the rule is. We get wild up in here.
Dear Twitch. Sorry.
Tiny Piper sounds tiny.
Why do I sound tiny?
You shouldn't sound tiny now.
I sound like a monster. I'm a monster boy.
I will put this up so I can see it and see how you sound.
I gave Ricky a picture for his dungeon.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Someone's just
That's
being
Brendan.
a ding dong.
It's Brandon. That's Brandon, not Brendan.
Okay. There's too many names. It's all the names.
Did you fix your lisp?
He said last time, like, because it was cutting off at the end, it sounded like my S's.
That was the first episode of the last ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The mic is still doing crazy things. I don't know what's going on. I think it sounds okay in the recording, though. Oh, you might. You know what?
It's whatever.
It is whatever. So here, let's do a little test.
Test. 1, 2, 3. I'm good.
This is a test for everyone listening.
It's still sign
language.
Stroking out. It still kind of sounds like you're going in and out.
Yeah, it kind of does. I think it's just my natural voice. So we'll find out if it sounds like hot garbage.
It's very weird because the mic was just working so great. You can hear it. I'm going to turn your gain back. Try again.
Okay. Oh, I sound better.
Yeah, better. I think the gain might have been set too high.
Oh, I wonder if this is an issue with my computer like we had before where it was trying to like auto-negotiate the gain. Remember?
It was audio. Well, it would apply to my microphone as well.
Okay. Oh, look, see? You see that?
Yep. It's downing your gain. Oh, technical difficulties. Everybody loves those difficulties. What do you get when you got technical difficulties? You need to turn that gain off, son. Was that it?
Let's see. Go ahead and adjust me one more time. Hello. So
I don't know what it is, but you are going in and out.
yeah, I don't know.
You are going in and out. Be my best friend, we'll sing about.
Test. Yeah, it works great last time. Hello, test. Hello.
It's very odd that people, they love to see this. This is what they come and tune in for. Audio test 1, 2, 3. See, my stuff is is coming through. It still has a little bit of that on there, but can you hear the fuzziness? Just a little. It's like you think you got it down. You're like, oh man, our audio is so great. And then it's like, what? Wait a second. Psych. Yo, watching. What is that? Due date, but I got y'all in the background. What up, Caleb? You need to put up some chains and webs behind Ricky in a bucket, like I'm in Hostel. I'm alone. Piper isn't even in the room with me. That's my hand. All right, talk in there and go back to the audition. Talk in there. Talk in there.
Okay, I'm in here.
What did that change?
I don't know.
Go back to multi-track on there. There you go. Talk in your microphone.
I'm talking in my microphone.
All right, do just a recording test. This is an audio test of the Emergency Broadcast Network. This test will last for 30 minutes.
Do you know where your kids are at? See, it's like cutting mine out. Weird, dude. You hear it?
Yeah. Very strange.
See, it wouldn't make sense though on the computer because if it's like, I wonder if is it my cable maybe? Like, okay, so like I got really loud and then quiet all of a sudden. Hello, hello. Okay, that sounds better. But for like 4 seconds and then it's gonna be like
It's audio adjusting. What do you think it is? So you can even see it on there. Like mine is this flat, thing, and yours is kind of like a little baby thing. I'm a little baby. I live under the sea. We're just working through testing this. My mic is fine. Piper's mic is being gated and leveled outside of his control. And it just happened out of nowhere. Just to give you guys the 411 on what's going on in his house. Try audio again.
So check this out. I can't open the Focusrite controls.
Oh, that's lovely. You might have to There we go.
Hello, hello.
Looks the same.
So I took that off. Oh, look at that. That's what it was doing.
And it's still doing it.
But no, it's better. Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. I mean, it sounds better. I think this is okay.
We're good.
All right. Okay. There we go. Oh wait, is it still recording?
I think there might be a noise floor.
Do you think there's a noise floor?
All right, we're gonna get started, guys. Can you go back to the stream? All right. Do we have any check? All right, here we go. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We'll get to the audio and the chat as much as we can through recording this. But again, this is the live episode for this week. Then we'll have another episode that releases again on Friday. So you'll see this episode tomorrow, and then you'll see the follow-on special episode that we're doing until we get to episode 100. So without further ado, we can go ahead and get started. Designer toys are cool. Split it with the audition.
Okay.
You hear that buzzing? It's just gonna be weird. I don't know if it'll come in through the. Talking to your mic again.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, there's like a buzz in my voice. I wonder if it's a cable, man. Hello. Hello. All right. I guess we'll just have to deal with it.
We'll deal with it.
You ready?
I have another cable.
Let's not. We'll do that for the next episode.
Okay.
This is a live one, so it'll be okay.
We'll do it live.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready when you are.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's go.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to episode 85 of the Pop Collectors Alliance. Designer toys are cool. And emphasis on the designer, if you can't see, in quotation marks. I'm your host, Rick, as always, joined by my co-bearded co-host, Captain Strongbeard, Mr. Piper, working through the audio issues, getting there slowly but surely. How are we doing on this Tuesday evening?
I don't understand why we have problems. Everything worked perfectly up until this point when we have to record.
Yeah, it's still not. You're cutting out now.
Oh my god! How?
Yeah, you're not even picking up on there.
What? That picked up.
Hold on. We're gonna have to change a cable, everyone. You're gonna have to bear with us. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not me. That's because your cable's out. Testing. I'm the top of the bottom.
Hello, hello. Oh, look at that. Well, I think the cable's broken.
Audio cable.
I can't even hear you now.
It probably switched on there.
Okay.
Testing. Testing. This is the weirdest.
Talk.
I can't. It's not in there. Strange.
I can hear myself now.
And I can hear myself.
Hello, hello.
Talk again?
Yes, I will talk again.
It should be okay now.
Maybe. We'll see. It does weird things to my voice, but that's whatever, I guess. Still feel like it's doing stuff. Hello? Okay, that's better. There's a buttload of fuzz, though. It's weird, right? My voice sounds fine now. Hello? That sounds good. Oh, God. Oh, it was so loud. Yeah, but that's good. I can hear myself very clearly. What did you just do? Oh, yeah, that sounds really good.
All right. Good talking ears?
I'm going to talk out of mine right now. Look at that. Ooh, I'm going through the roof, but at least I can hear myself, and it's not cutting me off.
Try again. Testing 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Oh my gosh, guys, that's amazing.
We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Let's start this over. You got to go back to the beginning. All right. Now here we go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go record.
Hello and welcome to episode 85 of the Pop Collectors Alliance podcast. Designer toys are cool, with the emphasis on designer in quotation marks if you can't see it. I'm your host, Rick, joined by my co-bearded co-host, Captain Strongbeard, Mr. Piper. I think we have the audio fixed.
We definitely may have un-effed the audio. It was the weirdest thing. Like, we had it dialed in absolutely perfect, and we're like, all right, let's stream. And then we start the stream, and it's like, oh no, it all broke down like a jalopy.
Yeah, and one of the craziest things about this is that we literally did nothing to it, and the equipment went crazy. So anyways, without further ado, we'll get on to this episode. A lot of things happening this week, from announcements to New York Comic-Con, some changes to the items of what we thought were last week. We'll go ahead and start with that. Snake Plissken. So we found out today that, a courtesy of Top Pops.
That sounded very condescending. The way you just said that.
It wasn't. No, we found out courtesy today of Top Pops that Snake Plissken
You still sound very condescending.
is a 1,000 piece limited numbered edition. So slowly, out of nowhere, well, can't say slowly, but immediately this becomes the number one item.
Well, it was already your must get for the show, though. So it just makes it's going to make you more angry, because if you don't get it, it was like a super rare piece now. It wasn't like, oh, there's going to be 10,000, because at least then, because I got it. Okay, in case everybody doesn't know, did you get in on the lottery?
No,
you did not get in. I didn't know if you did or not.
No, I didn't. I would have told you right away. Well, because we typically tell each other immediately.
So I did. I got in the lottery. Everybody knows. Don't message me asking me to get you stuff, because it's not going to happen. There's that. But I would have gotten you the snake. All right, I would have done it. I already told you.
Oh, then it changed to 1,000 pieces,
and now you don't get it.
Well, nobody.
If I get it,
nobody's gonna get it. I mean, to be honest, which slot do you have? You have the 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah, I got the noon o'clock.
So this is
or whatever.
Yeah, something that we don't know yet. So we know now who has spots in the line.
Me.
We know now what time. You're the one that comes off a jerk in this one.
I'm just playing the character, right? I'm just playing the heel.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You're the heel
in this relationship.
Heel. Yeah. So we know now what time those slots are at.
Noon.
And so yours is at noon. I think there's a 10 o'clock slot. And now what I would say the biggest question mark I have now is, do you think that they will limit the sale of each, which is easy to do? But do you think then, on top of that, because the bot boys got in, that the bot boys are going to be botting?
Okay, so here's the deal. They already said that, yes, they would be allocating a number for each slot. So I'm guessing intelligence would say 500 per slot. Okay. And it seemed like, obviously, we can't say for sure how many people, because there's a lot of people that posted, oh, I got in 10 times. Okay. So that's fine. But the question is, how many of those after the fact got revoked and they actually only got in one time? Okay. That's the first question that nobody's going to have an answer to. The second thing is going to be, I don't remember my second thing. I just completely forgot it. But um, I don't even, what were we talking about? I don't even remember.
Well, the first thing we were talking about the bot boys getting in.
Bob Boys. Oh yeah.
The second thing,
The second thing is, um,
you forget. So,
yeah, I don't remember.
well, let's flash back to your
Flashback.
previous purchase. You got in,
Okay.
and then they put a limit on it immediately. But that time you were in the first group of people.
Wait, are we talking about Emerald City?
We're talking about Emerald City.
Okay, so when I got in, just so everybody can understand my experience and people who've never done this before, you can kind of get an idea. So when I originally went in, they limited your cart to 15 items. They didn't tell anybody that. And I don't even think they knew that it was limited to 15, because after I contacted Funko on Twitter, they were like, oh, sorry about that. We're going to fix it real quick. And then I was like, hey, can I get back in and buy the rest of the stuff I wanted to? They're like, nah, bro, you got what you need. I was like,
Face palm.
no. So supposedly there's no number, but I do know that there's a 30-minute time limit. So you get to be in there for 30 minutes. If you exceed that 30 minutes, I guess you don't get to buy anything, which hopefully doesn't take you a half hour, because you're not going to get anything if it does.
Well, I think one of the things when it comes to buying that, even when you're in the line at the convention, in those cases, people are actually bringing stuff to you, but you press that 30 minutes. I don't think that'll be the case here. One of the things that I was concerned about is that the way that they allocate things. So typically they put a bundle in there. They don't really do bundles for conventions.
No.
But it's strategy, right? So we talked about this before on around Emerald City time this year. Is, do you go for the item that you want? Like, let's say, so Snake Plissken, I think he's selling for like $300 now that it was announced that he's 1,000 pieces. So, and that number could go up initially.
Right.
Do you go for Snake Plissken and guarantee that slot, or do you try to get everything you want? And that's, as a collector, if it's something that you want, you're going to go for the things that you want. Like for me, it'd be Harry Potter, Snake Plissken, and maybe a couple other things if I'm trying to help somebody else. But you're almost, it's give and take, right? At that point, if you don't get things in your cart quickly enough, you run the risk of not being able to check out. Because ideally, what you would want to see is Funko going, okay, well, we're going to allocate 500 per time slot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then you have 2 time slots one day, 2 time slots the next.
Wait, is there? I think there's only 2 time slots.
Well, no, but what I'm saying, what you would want.
Oh yeah, okay.
So let's say they did all 4 days, just like a convention, and then they allocated, 150 per time slot, and then they only let in 300. So that ups your chances of being able to get that and other things. So, I mean, ideally that's what you would want. But again, it's in Funko's case, this is what we always say is when it comes to limited pieces, when it comes to highly sought after items, it's all about the hype, one. And then 2, it's all about Funko just selling their product. So as long as they sell their product from their shop, and however that con line or whatever that virtual line looks like, they don't really care after that. I mean, they care a small portion, but not significant.
No, I mean it's all about the sellout, and that's fine that it's all about the sellout. I think as long as they just do right by everyone else, or at least make an attempt to do right, because I know it's not gonna be perfect. Nobody's gonna make this thing perfect. Not even the smaller companies that are releasing things. But I mean, as long as there's some effort, I think it'll be okay. And I do really hope that they do 500 pieces and not something dumb like, oh, here's 200 pieces, and then here's another 200 pieces, and then oh, we sent the rest of these to like VIPs.
Yeah, and another thing, that's what I was going to get to as well, is that even with the smaller companies, and this is what this episode is going to sort of transition into, is these smaller toy companies and some of the things that were said today. I don't know if the video came out today or yesterday, whenever, but the flexibility that you have at Funko in this case is a little bit more. So we can allocate out of 1,000. I would assume that they're probably allocating 50 to 100 of those to VIPs. We already know one person that's already gotten one. So you know that they're allocating a specific amount of those to people. So that is, without a shadow of a doubt, you're not going to get that 100. And in that case, you're actually limiting the pool that people are able to draw from. And then you have a lot of people, even though Funko came out, and that's what I want to do it to transition into now, is the tone that Funko has now taken as it moves forward. I, Before it was an apologetic tone. Did you see the tweet that they came out with?
You mean that like we're gonna be an ass tweet where they were just like, hey, wait, which one are you talking about?
Yeah, that's the one that's like, oh well, we can assure you the lies, and the rumors that people are spreading. When if you look in groups for long enough, people are posting that they've gotten multiple entries.
Yeah, and then they close it off with, and now we return you to your regular scheduled program. Like talking about, I was joking about you being condescending, but that is a very condescending way to address the community. Is just, ignore all the things that you see in front of your face. They don't exist. Ha 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 ha. Bye bye.
Yeah, and I think that
Well, I kind of blame that on whoever is running their social media, because over the last year, their social media has not been, I guess, too friendly.
yeah, it's kind of, well, I would say it's sort of transitioned, right? So you have this apologetic tone, which I'm fine with any tone that you want to address your followers and fans. Just know that there's repercussions associated with what you say.
Right.
In this case, I think that what Funko did is they got tired of that apologetic tone. People aren't going to be happy. We've done this for, I mean, dude, this is what, my 11th year. You know, we're going into collecting these figures, and for most people, we've seen this. It's cyclical in nature, where it's like, oh well, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. We're so hyped up. And going to cons, me and you, typically we do well. So you know, as influencers in the place that they allocate, Funko helps out with people and things along those lines. We dedicate a fair amount of our time to doing what we do, but still, in that regard, you kind of see a tonal change in the way that they're doing business altogether. It's more corporate, it's more rigid, it's more solid. It's not like bendable, mendable anymore. It's kind of like, this is the way we are.
Well, I mean, we said that too, but there was the signs of that were there when they hired the lady from Hasbro. We knew that, hey, this shows there's a restructuring here. There's a corporate restructuring that's going on, and you are going to begin to see those changes to less of a small toy manufacturer like they were for so long, into them trying to play powerhouse with, you know, everybody else, and that's fine. That it's just a different stance to take. It's not, I mean, it's not good or bad necessarily. Depends on how you kind of swing that ball and chain.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I also think more on the business end of things, as Funko continues down this road, whatever their end goal is here, right? They've had a lot of pressure this year. I understand that. And as you notice a lot more of this attitude change towards the time they went public, in how before they were huge and what they are today, they had some semblance of a fan reach out. You had fun days, and you still have fun days. Don't get me wrong.
Do you have fun days? Where's that at?
It doesn't exist this year, but
Okay.
I'm sure it'll come back next year. And my point is that, but even those events have become so corporate in nature. You see influencers, you see people that, you know, the in group, so to speak, that's there, and there's nothing wrong with that, too. But it's all about, I guess, becoming accustomed to a standard that you had set for the longest time, and then not being able to adapt to the new standard, which is kind of where I am. I'm kind of like, sometimes I see that they're working with fans, they're doing things that are intelligent towards, you know, new fan growth, and I understand that there's a difference, there's a disconnect. There's a reason why DirecTV gives people NFL Sunday Ticket for coming on, and a year of $100 off. You want that new customer, that shows growth, right? And the old customer, I'm sitting here with the DirecTV choice package, you know, and I'm paying $200 for 3 boxes, you know, still after that time. You kind of, as you become more corporate, kind of neglect that original fan base.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but it's kind of hard to when you're growing so large, it's difficult to do that. You can't really address those things.
Yeah, exactly. And you made the great point about bringing in the Hasbro executive. It's kind of that change, right? It's kind of part of this business. But still, I think Funko could maybe take some advice or input from Lego. And Lego is a massive company. I mean, they're
Oh my gosh.
massive.
Yeah.
And what they've done with what used to be called, like I said, Lego Kuso and ideas and how they interact with their fans, sets that they go and procure licenses for because the fans want to, and they're very vocal, and they share the two-way communication in that. Whereas Funko, they get what the fans want, but you get Always Sunny in Philadelphia 7 years later, and they just announce it. They don't ever inform you. It's kind of like, I'm just going to drop this here and set that there. But when you have this interactive experience, and maybe that's a shoot off of what they're doing now that says, okay, we're going to do these limited items, these limited pieces, because even Nike, I mean, people collect shoes. They still have that sort of niche market. Todd just posted something in our group
The
today.
Christmas shoes, man.
The Christmas shoes. Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah. And those aren't mass produced.
No.
And it's from a large company.
Yeah. No, I don't know. And it's important everybody knows, like, this is not, we're not dumping on Funko for like the choices that they're making. It's just kind of bringing to light and addressing things that people in the community are saying. Because we want to make sure, we want to make sure everybody knows what we think. No, but I mean, it's kind of trying to bring that to light, I guess.
And flesh things out. I mean,
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. I mean, we're thinking out loud here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not, and I don't want to get the wrong idea, because there's a lot of people that put up videos and they do podcasts and stuff that they're just so hypercritical. And yes, we are being critical, but we're being critical from a more analytical fan perspective and kind of trying to help, I guess, I don't know, help ourselves understand what's going on.
Exactly. And also to shed light on it too, right? Because
sure.
we're telling you our experience. This is what our experience is. We have the things that we like. We like certain lines. Piper and I sort of tend to collect different lines, and we have some lines that we share, but then again, we've also collected for a long time. So when you see this change from someone who's collected for a long time, it's just sort of our experience and how we think that it's done. Overall, I mean, I still grade Funko as a B. I think they're in that B category, B plus. I don't think they're an A anymore. I think, and they're too big for that, but a B is good at corporate wise, because I mean, do you think Hasbro, do you think anyone else cares if you get anything? No, they don't. I mean, it's cookie cutter. Even Lego at San Diego Comic-Con, 5 people in front of me get the figure. I miss it from standing there 8 hours
on that.
Well, no, it's disheartening. You know what I mean?
I know.
But they don't care, and I'm fine with them not caring. It doesn't bother me. I just die a little bit inside every time I think about it.
You just wish you had that Spider-Man, right?
That's the only one I wanted.
Boo.
But transitioning from this, so we've got big companies like Funko, and we got a lot of announcements this week on New York Comic-Con and things that are going on right now. So you have BIM Toy, and they're doing a whole convention week with super limited products.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we want to talk about BIM Toy. I am upset because I don't have enough money to buy everything that I want, because they are doing, in my opinion, a phenomenal job at putting out these monster releases that are just cool, right? If you're a fan of Tiny Ghost, they have so much awesome stuff that's coming out. I think there's 8 ghosts that are releasing, if that's the correct number. They have they had like 4 Skelemans ones. They had the 2 Satan ones that are Fugitive's getting. They had the Pride one that Fugitive got. And
oh man, it's a bunch. It's like two a day.
Yes.
Every day through
Forever.
Friday.
Yeah. And then they have the big Satan, the
5-inch,
the Voltergeist.
Oh yeah.
That the glow in the dark.
one.
Yeah, he's like $80 or whatever it is. I don't know how much. I think it's like,
It's expensive. It'd be
Very
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah.
so that's super awesome. And then they have a couple of pin sets that came out. I think 2 or 3 pin sets. No, 2 pin sets.
And then they had barely available stuff come out as well.
The barely available They Live figure, which is so cool.
But I go to work every day,
Yeah.
suit and tie.
But no, but do you get? Have you seen the movie? Have you seen They Live?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Well, okay. So anyway, that is, I love it, and I'm glad that I got it. And then there was a couple of barely pin sets. I know there's at least one. They had the luchador one, and then there's a bunch of prints.
And the shooting star feller.
Yeah, the
tiny
ghost. Yeah, so there's so much stuff.
Shining light or whatever.
I don't know what I did. I passed on that one. That was a hard pass for me.
Yeah.
I don't have that many stars in my house, so it wouldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I know. But I think that they did an awesome job, and I love the fact that they broke it up. So every day it's a frantic rush to sit at your phone at it would be 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock our time, and just pray to Space Dad. You're like, come on, hope I get this, and then you don't get it, but you do get it, but you don't get it.
So I'm on the fence with this, and primarily because I don't have the ability all the time to be there. So it's frustrating to me, and I'm not dissing them at all about this. It's just frustrating when, for these releases, when they come out during the middle of the day and you're at work, you just can't break away all the time. And it makes it hard for me.
You gotta poop.
Yeah. Oh, right in the middle of briefing somebody. Hold on, guys.
It's a bathroom break, please. I need to go to the potty and get a Pop-Tart. That's addict. I mean, like, they can't deny you basic human rights.
It just in the middle of talking about it, I gotta poop.
Every
like
day.
I'm a 5-year-old.
Every day, you just let them know. Be like, look, I have a bran muffin, and I have a what do you call it? Coffee. There we go.
Yeah. A Mountain Dew and a cigarette.
My mic just exploded, just so you know.
I don't think it did.
You sure?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You kind of turned your head a little bit. That's what happened.
I don't know.
Because you're loud again.
I don't know. Okay.
We'll do it live. So no, you could just tell them every day at 12 o'clock you have a timed bowel movement. Yeah.
Yeah, like the doctor told me that's what I have to do. And I have to go in the bathroom and buy these toys.
But back to what I was saying, with these releases, it gets frustrating. And one of the things that I really want to talk about this week, and I know that a lot of our listeners follow the BIM toy community, are probably members of the BIM toy group. And I want to talk about a couple of good things and great things I like, and then compare it to something I saw in a video from a YouTuber that is in this genre. Space. Yeah, our space that is.
Well, it's not our space.
Intruding. Well, we all talk about the same stuff.
It's the space that we all share. We're friendly handshakes.
And the aptly named Designer Toys Are Cool episode title for this. So I'll start with the great thing. One thing that I love about BIM Toy that you don't get with other companies, and it's primarily because it is a smaller company, is the fact that they can focus more on collectors. They have more flexibility. When somebody goes, and one of the greatest things, I sent it to you as soon as I saw it, was somebody bought one of the BIM Toy, I think it was a 100-piece actually, the Golden Bones figure.
Bones of Gold, yeah.
Yeah, Bones of Gold. And then they posted it on eBay, and they had it up for sale for only $60. I'm like, this is a 100-piece figure. $60? What are you doing?
Well, was that an auction, or was that like a buy it now?
Starting auction at 60, buy it now 80, which is ridiculously low, which isn't a bad price that I would probably pay for it.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, they immediately, the seller didn't hide their address, so they're like from Milwaukee or someplace like that. And then they go in the group and they post, who's from Milwaukee in the because they did it on the Paradorable site, which is dumb because they can narrow it down very quickly. And then they put the guy on blast and booted him from the group and said, well, we canceled his order.
So, and you guys that don't follow BIM Toy and you're not involved in that, there is like a little club that you could join called the Paradorable Society. It gets you early access to a bunch of stuff, and you get a bunch of cool like patches and stickers and all this other stuff. So this guy abused his access to early releases, and he got the old heave-ho because he was not a smart boy.
Yeah, and I think that's the flexibility that you have when you are that small. And it's fun for us collectors to finally see somebody go and
They're
sort
fighting
of
for us.
fighting for you, and then they're re-releasing these to collectors as well. So in sort of a transition from small designer toys, like we like to say this episode, there was a YouTube person in our space that produced a video either today, yesterday, maybe earlier in this week. I don't know when it was. I just clicked on it and watched it. And I know a lot of people were passing it around in the BIM Toy group, and they were also passing it around in other groups as well. And it was calling out like designer toys are boring. And it was like unpopular opinion, designer toys are boring. And the video goes to say, oh, well, BIM Toy, it was, I'm not going to mention the person's name, but BIM Toy, they're just the same ghost in different colors over and over again. There's some that I like, and but I really think that BIM Toy does great things for their fans. But again, these are boring. And they talked about the Quicks, the Tech 63s, about how boring that was. And then they talked even Chomp. They said, well, the Chomp is just one figure, and with Funko, it's different because there are thousands of figures. And it kind of irritated me a little bit because what we open this episode with is the dynamics of a large company. How do you benefit a small group of followers? How do you appeal to a new customer while doing that and then stay true to your fans? Funko's got all kinds of problems. BIM Toy, Abominable Toys, and Mon and Tech 63, the Quicks, those companies don't have to worry about that. I mean, they're growing. Yeah, they might have the same figure, but it's not about comparing it to Funko. They don't have the license power. They don't have the proprietary collective proprietary, what was the word, IP, intellectual property, stuff that Funko would have. They have a figure that they can make that they do at a reasonable price in small quantities to benefit collectors as much as they can. And I thought it was a mischaracterization of a company like Abominable Toys, who's just getting off the ground, compared to Funko, who's been there since 20 plus years.
2004, right? Like
19
2004?
No, it's like 1998.
98? Okay.
Yeah.
I knew somewhere in that frame.
So you have that sort of longevity compared to somebody that's been there for a year.
See, the problem I have with that is it's one, I don't think that's an honest opinion. Like you and I had conversation with before we started recording. I don't honestly think that's a real opinion. I think that was completely clickbait. Like honestly, that's what it came down to, because just the opinion of comparing a company that focuses on pop culture licensing versus companies that deal with artistic interpretation of a medium. And all of these, the way that I see it, and this may not be the case, this may not be what Reese is going for, or Connor, or all these guys, these amazing guys that do these great products. But to me, this is a big throwback to like the pop art movement from the 80s. Okay, you have stuff like Andy Warhol and Basquiat and all these guys that they took these concepts. You have whatever your medium is, whether it's like spray paint. With Andy Warhol, it was photography, and they took these things and they manipulated them into something new and something different. So that's what, to me, that's what Tiny Ghost is. So with Tiny Ghost, your medium is a ghost. Okay, it's that silhouette of a ghost, and from there you develop something on top of that, and that is a true artist representation. Whereas Funko, they have artists that are working there, and they have an amazing team of 3 modelers, 2D artists, all these guys that are working together and building these great interpretations of pop culture concepts and ideas and licenses. But it is not artist representation. It is not a singular artist saying, I'm going to take this platform and I'm going to interpret it in my own way. And I think that's where the designer toy movement, the designer toy concept comes in. It is real artists that are taking their craft and applying it to their canvas, and whatever that canvas may be. It could be, Unicornos. It could be Tiny Ghost. It could be Chomps. There's so many different things that you can use, and then that's really what this is. It's totally different universes comparing the two, and I do think it's completely
unfair and apples to oranges. It's what bothers me the most about it, and all of your points are great points, and I don't think
Yay.
that people really look at it like that. More with Funko, it's like kind of topical. It's like, okay, and Funko's tried to go into that realm too. They've made these Star Wars
The
figures,
Scooby-Doo.
yeah, Scooby Doo, and then now these Miles Morales, the Spider-Man, the Marvel figures are coming out. I mean, that's still, it's outside the box thinking. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
but it still fits that form, fit, and function
Yeah.
of it. And I would say even more piggybacking on what Bim Toy and Abominable Toys, Tech 63, what these companies are doing. And for them, it's easier for Funko because I can just take a mold that I already have and paint it differently. But to say that something, that's your opinion, you have the right to your opinion.
For sure.
But I think that there was no belief behind that opinion.
That's what I was saying. I agree.
Yeah. And to go on and to put somebody on blast that really isn't there, he's just making something he likes to make. And I'm talking about Reese.
Yeah.
And it's something that's fun for him, something that he enjoys. And if it gets big and it blows up and it turns into something, I'm sure he's fine with that. I mean, that's not his goal, but he loves doing this, and whatever it turns into is fine. But I think that just to take a designer toy and paint with broad strokes across that industry and just say, well, everything's the same, it's unfair to people, one, who spend a lot of time creating these things, spend a lot of time designing things, and they don't have some things influence them, right? I would say it's more of like people who do really amazing customs with Funko stuff. You have to take your creativity and build your own product. You have inspiration maybe, but you see some of these I can't think of the word, some of these customs that are complete alterations of what the original design is. And to look at something like Bim Toy, Chomp, I can't say all of the names, Mon, it's these people's blood, sweat, and tears put into that to do it. And I'm not trying to sort of turn this person into a hated person, but I do think that it was a mistake to produce something like that just to get clicks. And I will be the first one to tell you that Piper and I, we feel the same way about designer toys and collectibles in general, to not just sit there and lambaste the whole industry of people to just say this is boring. Because we even talked about it, the Tech 63, you were like, I don't really like this one or that one, but I do like the Nintendo, and that's what it's appealing to.
Yeah. And the work that goes into those, even if you're talking about something that's just a repaint, okay, even the ones that are, there's not a lot of modification to it, and it's just like Tech 63, that's a perfect example, because there's a lot of artists that collaborate, right, with Quicks, and there's so much work, there's so much thought that goes into those designs. I challenge anybody to take a blank Tech 63 and try to paint it and make it look good and different and awesome. It is so hard.
Yeah, and pull that inspiration, right, for whatever they do. And they don't make a tiny ghost figure for every collector. So they're not making the, let's see, let's talk about the what's the shower one, the shower tiny ghost,
the cold shower,
and then you have the blood, the blood variant of that. I don't remember. I'm dropping all the names right now, but they don't make those same items for the same person. Now, the same person may purchase that, but it's to appeal to a wider audience. You may not like the Satan's X-ray, but you may love the death mask, right? And a lot of times their appeal isn't to just put broad appeal out there for their product.
Not mass appeal.
Yeah, it's just it's niche. It's like, okay, well, people will dig. I love the Captain Howdy, like, that to me, the Ouija board, I think it's probably my favorite design of theirs now, and not a lot of people may like that. So it's to each his own in there. And to say that, oh, they're just the same thing over and over again.
They're boring.
I got a bunch of ghosts on a shelf. No, that's not what it's.
But I do have a bunch of ghosts on a shelf though.
So do I.
I like the way it looks.
Yeah, it's not an insult to us, but to sort of what's the word I'm looking for, to sort of mock it in that way. I think that sometimes that comes off as negative to collectors. So we wanted to take that time to sort of say, with flexibility in smaller companies, they're not appealing to the wide audience. To compare Funko to that is crazy to me. And if you guys like and agree with our stance and opinion, You can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at Pop Alliance Pod. You can hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance, or send us an email, info@popcollectorsalliance.com. Let us know what small collectible companies that you guys support. What are you out there trying to collect that is away from the norm, that isn't cookie cutter? Let us know there. And always, if you have a second to rate and review the podcast, please do so. I think we're up to we're in the 140s now. So we're 4 away, I think, or 5 away from the second highest rated Funko / collectibles oriented podcast out there. So help us achieve that goal. You can go to Apple Podcasts, the app, search for Pop Collectors Alliance, scroll down half the page, hit that 5-star button. Anything less than you hate our guts.
Well, I think we're probably gonna get some negative 1-star reviews after this one.
No, I don't, we always worry about that, but I think that we're not. I think we're fine.
Yeah,
we got to speak our mind.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes you can't keep that stuff bottled up.
It's our platforms, though. We can.
It's my podcast. I can do what I want to.
0-star reviews.
So, closing this episode out, talk about a couple of things here. One of the things, the Abominable Toys that we just talked about, their New York Comic Con exclusive, they sort of turned that pin into a figure. So you have Chomp with the I Heart or I Chomp New York shirt.
It's cool. I like it. I think it's 400 pieces. I think that's what it's limited to.
Yeah, it's a good design. And I think times like this too, it kind of makes you miss being at the convention.
Yeah.
I mean, I really wish I was there because a convention experience, if you haven't ever been to a convention, and especially one of the larger conventions where it's almost like it's a scheduled. I look at it like Leslie Knope. You got to get the binder out. I'm going to hit this, and this. San Diego more so than any other place, but I think New York gives you a little bit of flexibility, and we always have fun. Piper and I will go, okay, where are you going today? So we're going to who holds the BIM toy products there at the conventions outside of Fugitive? Bottleneck. So we were like, we're going to Bottleneck to get which one was that? Day of the Dead, the
Dia de los Muertos, the Red Death.
Yeah,
the Red Death one.
Well, not the Red Death, but
the black one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we were going to Chomp one day. We were going to the Funko line the next day. We were going to Fugitive Toys, and it's just fun to just go through that. I mean, it's stressful, but when you're done, you're like, oh man, I had a blast.
And no parties. There's no parties. The Fugitive Toy Party, we didn't get to experience the Fig Pen Party because that was supposed to be at Emerald City. That was going to be great, and it did not occur. The last year we did the Tiny Ghost Party at Lucky Strike. That was amazing. Like, we didn't get to do it. We get to hang out with people. We didn't get to like shake hands and like slap babies or whatever it is.
Slap babies.
That's what you do. You just run around and slap babies.
Here's my baby. Let me slap you with it.
Can you please slap my baby, sir? We didn't get to do any of that, and I was super sad.
And it's hard too when you go back and you look at how much time you spend on going to each of those conventions, how many of the cool people that you meet at the conventions, all the line friends that you make, and sort of the struggle that we collectively go through. And we're always like, oh, that person, I've seen them there 3 days in a row, and everybody's griping about the same stuff. And it's an eye opener. But again, Abominable Toys come with fire this week. BIM Toy Fire. What was the Tech 63?
Oh, I don't even remember, but it was.
I know that the Tenacious Toys came out with the dog on the wall.
I don't understand that. Yeah, okay. So my mic's going crazy again. Do you see this? Do you see my mic going crazy?
It's going crazy.
What is wrong with this? That's not going to help, is it? Oh wait, did it?
No,
oh, it didn't help. I don't understand what's happening. But anyway, so Tenacious Toys, they did have one item. Okay, we didn't talk about this, and I'm not even showing up on the register. Fix this. Fix my microphone. What did you do?
Nothing.
Okay.
I just put your output up again, but I'm having to adjust it the whole time.
Oh my
People
God.
are going to love this. I'm not even editing this out. I'm keeping it in there.
Okay, good.
Even you shaking the mic, it just adds to that.
I don't feel like my voice is loud. I have to talk really loud right now.
Well, you were coming in pretty good.
Okay. So Tenacious Toys, they had a thing. It's the B1 spacer. My voice, I can tell you, it is not going to work. This is always good. Oh, my darling. 38 seconds. This is what happens when we have to do edits. I'm cutting in and out. It's only my microphone. That's real bad. 38 seconds or minutes. There we go. Yep, it's still being crazy. You think so? Sorry about that. Okay, so Tenacious Toys, they had a B1 spacer. Do you know what this is? Did you say it's not working?
Yeah. They had a B1 spacer.
So I'm going to talk, and Ricky's just going to have to repeat everything I'm saying.
No. Oh, man. I have no idea literally what this is.
It's crazy. This is the craziest. Brandon, oh, my mic's working now. What'd you do? Oh, I can get a new one. I have another one we can replace it with.
Touched it and it
Yeah, I bet you. My foot maybe touched the cable or something like that. Okay, so
might be the plug cables in the ground. What's that cable on the floor? Is that your headphones? Yeah. The controller? Okay, you're good.
okay, I won't touch anything. All right, so I marked down 38.
Yep, 38.
Okay, so back to what I was saying. Tenacious Toys, they have this thing that I wanted so bad, and I didn't get it because it was $290.
What was it? Which one was it?
So this is the B1 spacer. Okay, so it is a chameleon inside of an astronaut man suit. All right.
Yep.
It was all green.
Oh yeah, with the watch.
And it came with the freaking coolest watch ever. Because you guys don't know this. Nobody knows this. I don't even think Ricky knows this. Outside of collecting toys and video games, do you know what the two things are I collect?
Drug paraphernalia
Wrong.
and watches.
Watches are one. The other thing is ties. Like adult man ties, like going to the business to put on a tie.
That's a weird thing to collect.
I have some really rare ties that are like one-off, limited, like numbered ties. Like I have a Daniel Cremieux tie that's a 1 in 300, but kind of like with like the Funko, how they did the Scooby Dooby?
Yeah.
How it's like every one is a different print.
Yep.
Every single one of those ties in that 300 was from a different place on the textile. So it's different. So like mine is not like the next one. It's a silk pink tie with a cool little pattern on it. Okay, so that has no bearing on what I'm talking about. But this B1 spacer came with a tie. It was the freaking coolest tie ever.
Oh wow!
I mean,
watch.
It came with a watch so it's a chameleon, right? And it's a big, it's like 8 inches. There's not 18 inches. It's an 8-inch figure, right? So it's a big boy. He's metallic. His eyes are magnetic, so you can adjust where he's looking. His tail, you can adjust it, right?
Yep.
And then the watch had a chameleon face on it, and then like the minutes, and then the something else. I don't remember what the other dial was. Maybe it's like moon position or like asteroids about to smash on the Earth. I don't remember what it was. But those are his eyeballs, and they move. So depending on where they're at, his eyes are in different places. Oh my gosh, I wanted it so bad, but it was limited. I think it's 250 pieces, and they had like 180 or something like that of the pieces, and they sold out like instantly. I want it so bad.
Yeah, they announced like a few things from Tenacious Toys for exclusives. Everybody's doing their con things this year. I think one of the craziest things is to see the smaller companies sort of come into their own this year with all that they're producing and the lines they're dropping. I know that Tenacious Toys is sort of like a mid-party.
So they're more like a distributor.
Yeah, distributor. That's what I was gonna say. And then they have there's this one of the toys that they're coming out with. It looks like what's Plankton from SpongeBob. It's like a green thing with there it is. You just passed it.
Are you talking about this right here?
No, that's the Starbucks thing. You got to go up. The
This?
yeah, that right there. I don't know what it's called.
This is
Slowbot.
the art of Slowbot, and it kind of just looks like a suppository with like a eye hole. That's kind of what I mean. It's cool. It is, but it's not for me.
It's cool, but not for me. Then you have the dog bursting out of the wall. Then you have the hard water balloon thing, and it's got a 6-pack
This?
with pecs. Yeah.
That's so that, and then they had like this drugs boy,
What's Drugs Boy?
best buds,
Oh,
but buds like
yeah,
marijuana buds.
yeah.
Yeah, there's that one, and then the other cool thing I dig. Okay, so this one I'm not so much of a fan of the whole Goo Boy. I don't remember. Resin Rookie makes it. Okay, and I'm not super into them, but this one is really cool just because it's a pretty blue color and I like him. So I mean, there's a lot of companies, a lot of these smaller companies. There's so many, like we can't cover them all. Like honestly, there are too many of them for us to go over. But all you have to do, you in listener land, if you want to, whoa,
Yeah, it's not going. It's not going
good.
well.
It's not good. Sorry, guys. This quality is going to be garbage. If you want to kind of learn more about these, go on Instagram. Start following these guys. Start following like Tenacious Toys and like Resin Rookie, Quicks, Cause, any of these smaller manufacturers, and you will start to get suggested other manufacturers. Just follow them. Do them a favor and follow them because they have some awesome stuff, and it's a great way to kind of catch up on all of this. And hopefully you have money because you're going to get hooked on these and you're going to want to buy all this stuff, and it is going to drain your bank account so fast.
Yeah, I think that one of the things are when you get too far in that rabbit hole, from time to time, you're just like, man, I just don't have deep enough pockets. Not there. So I think that we'll wrap this episode up. Audio issues. Sorry in advance for the audio quality. We thought we had it down that last week. I don't know what's going on. We'll do some troubleshooting for the next episode. We'll see where we are, see what I can salvage out of the back end of this one. But also, we want to hear what you guys are excited about to get at New York Comic Con. Let us know at info@popcollectorsalliance.com. Email. You can hit us up on Twitter and Instagram at PopAlliancePod, or message us directly on Facebook, facebook.com/popcollectorsalliance. Remember, designer toys are cool, my friends. Hashtag facts. All right, until next time, I'm Rick.
I'm Piper.
Good night.
And I hope I can fix this stupid microphone.
I love you.
Go to bed.
3, 2, 1, stop. Yeah, towards the end, it was bad. And I don't know what it is because it's not any of the equipment.
It's not affecting you.
And it's not, if it was me, because I switched our mics from top to bottom to just make sure it wasn't.
You think this is Mike?
I don't think so. All right, everybody on Facebook, we're going to cut this one short. We're going to troubleshoot some of these, and we'll be back next week. We apologize for the poor audio quality and sort of the troubleshooting throughout the whole video. But again, it's part of the game, my friends.
Hey, look, it sounds better now.
It's still off.
Yeah, I know, but it's better.
It's still got that. It's got like tons of feedback in it. All right, we'll do some troubleshooting. We will see you guys next week. Same time, same place. We're going to get 2 episodes out for you this week. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.
I guess I have to cut the feed.
Cut the food. Good night, everyone.